Hi you guys, this is Olympia D here, coming back to you with part 2 of my docu-series on strange occurrences. So today I'm covering the case of a young lady named Amber Lightsey. So Amber Lightsey was 22 years old and she was from Knightdale, North Carolina. Okay, so Amber Lightsey worked at Club Amnesia and she had an interest in becoming a cosmetologist eventually. So I don't know exactly how long she was working at Club Amnesia, but she was working there at the time of her disappearance. So she disappeared and she was found dead in her car on May 16, 2021 on North Rogers Lane and New Bern Avenue in Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay, so the reason why her uh, situation is in my docu-series is because she was a young girl who apparently just went missing and ended up found dead in her car. So why it's strange is that she was a young girl. She had a whole life ahead of her. Her family, said that she had no mental illness, no problems like that. And somehow this happened to her. So the police have ruled her death out as a homicide. That means that they don't believe that there was foul play suspected in the case of her death. So I scoured the internet to find as much information as I can about what happened to this young lady, and that was all that I could gather. So if anyone knows exactly what happened, they can leave it in the comments section, and I can make another video as in part 3 about this series for this young lady. But the fact that she went missing and then was found dead is a thing that has been going on in this world for quite some time. But the reason, again, it's part of this series is because I want to bring some light to the subject or the situation of that happening and the police not necessarily taking an interest to find out exactly what has happened to that person and maybe ruling it as a suicide, or they say whatever because they honestly they really don't care in some cases. Maybe I'm not saying all police, because a lot of police do good work, but some of them just don't care. But the point is that if you look further back about these type of occurrences with ladies going missing or even men and them being found dead, the person who actually done this to them is nowhere to be found. To this day, some of these people, their murderer has not been found, which means that their murderer is still free to roam the earth to do this again to someone else. So that's another reason why I want to bring light to this subject, that people should be aware of, that these people who commit these heinous crimes can still be in the general population and you wouldn't even know. So yeah, that's another reason why I want to talk about that. And not to be a nervous Nelly, but people should be aware that these things actually are real and they do happen. And I mean, no disrespect to the family. Any video that I cover, I want to say my condolences to the family. I'm so sorry this happened to your young lady or your relative, or anybody that knows her. I'm sorry about this situation that happened to her. May she rest in peace. And it's just very suspicious, because it's like when people go missing and then they're found whatever, and then it's like, but the family knows that something is not quite right, so they want to find out more about exactly what happened to her. So this is a picture of this beautiful young lady, and this is the picture of the place that she worked at, and may she rest in peace, and I hope that she's in a better place. But if you have a loved one, which most people do, don't ever forget them or give up on them. And if you suspect that they have been harmed in a malicious way, stay on the police to investigate and find out what exactly happened to them. And again, I want to say my condolences and may she rest in peace, and much respect to the family. And I'm just covering these cases to give the public and whoever may stumble upon this video more insight about what's actually going on in this world. Okay, because I never heard of this young lady or any of these young ladies that I'm covering, and I'm sure that a lot of people have never heard of them. But this was somebody's relative, this was somebody's family member, somebody loved them, somebody cared about them somewhere, and unfortunately they met their demise. And I want to people to be very cautious about what's going on out here in this world, because it could happen to anybody. And beware of your surroundings, because you never know who's stalking or who's a predator or anything. Not to be overly cautious, but for me, I'd rather be overly cautious than underly cautious. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and stay tuned for the next one.